My first brush with adversity was at 4 years old. I was a middle child, and my baby sister died at the age of 6 months, and that threw my household into complete chaos. The second was I had a stepbrother, who's 6.5 years older than me, about 6 feet taller than me because he was a big guy, and he was my babysitter. He was also my perpetrator, but it was mixed behind a veil of like an upper class middle background where we had vacations and we had trips and I had the best of clothing and I had all these material things, but the emotional things were not there, unfortunately.
My childhood trauma didn't actually come up until I was in a toxic relationship at the age of 18, just before going to treatment. But I always felt that burden of being different and not being the same and not feeling loved and worthy from the experiences I had of both of my two very close loved ones going to treatment and experiencing addiction.
I came into recovery for definitely the wrong reasons, but I stayed for the right ones, I always say. I had this moment of clarity when I was making that decision, and that was at the age of 33. Like, if I don't do this differently, I'm gonna repeat the same history over and over again. And then maybe the plot would have been a little different, not the same kind of abuse or whatever, but I knew it was messy and it was maladaptive and it wasn't healthy.
While my childhood, I would say, had a little bit of turmoil in it, as my mom found recovery, she made sure that our childhood or our upbringing was going to look very different to what she experienced growing up.
It's really about knowing your boundaries. It's about really being authentic in your truth and saying yes when you mean to say yes and no when you mean to say no. It's about releasing our maladaptive patterns that no longer serve us. And it's really about stepping into the essence of who we really are.
I think the biggest change for me was finding NLP, subconscious reprogramming, noticing my beliefs, noticing my behaviors and saying, hey, if I don't like this belief, if this belief is not serving me or in alignment to get me to where I want to be in my life, I can change that. How powerful. If I change that, if I just do that technique, that coaching session, whatever that might be, and I change it, then I have an entirely different life. And so I dove deep into NLP, hypnotherapy, time techniques, which is like timeline therapy. And that drove me into navigating and exploring my trauma on a deeper level than I did in treatment.
People are not able to see themselves for how we see them. So every person who sits across from me, I see their potential, I see their essence, I see their greatness, but they can't see it.
We all deep down want love. We all want love. We all want to belong and fit in and feel safe and secure and accepted in some way. So the core wound, if you were to trace it down to something, I find more often than not is that we're searching for a level of acceptance or worthiness in our life and who we are and why we're here.
If only people knew how easy it is to have freedom and personal growth, they would just do it.
I want to believe in a world in which every person can connect to, find, and take action on their innate power within to have their most healthy, happy, successful, fulfilled life.